Hey, what's up guys? Jeff Kamke here with Wealth Energetics coming to you again from the Dominican Republic. Today's a beautiful sunny day out here. The water looks amazing. And I want to talk to you about something that doesn't really get talked a whole lot about, and the importance of why we need to up-level ourselves with our money and what kind of accumulative effect that can have on the people around us. So if you've ever read the book, The 100th Monkey Syndrome, there is a research project that was done years ago where they, on one island, they were training monkeys to be able to like dip a yam in the water and eat it. And after they trained enough monkeys to do this, monkeys on other islands that they did not teach it directly to began getting to do it. And there's something called a tipping point that we have. It's just kind of the nature of consciousness that when enough people start doing or believing something, that it spills over into other people. And we see this working negatively in the world against us, the fear and the control, the propaganda that happens. And this is something that can work positively, that when we take responsibility and ownership for our lives and we take steps to become further and further empowered, this has a ripple effect on other people that maybe didn't feel as empowered, and they want to then, they wake up one day and like, I want to become more empowered. I want to take steps to be able to do that. So when it comes to money and wealth, when we take steps to empower ourselves financially, where we have a solid bedrock, we have money working for us, when we have efficiencies in our life where our dollars are going as far as possible, we have worst case scenarios covered through proper insurance coverages, and so on and so forth. And we begin to live a better life financially and increase our living and lifestyle, maybe help more people grow and expand our businesses, whatever all that looks like to you. When we take those steps, that has a powerful impact on the people around us to where they might see you and see some of this is conscious and some of it is subconscious. Some of it is energetic and some of it is just through observation. There's sometimes in families where, maybe one brother gets it in gear and really starts crushing it. And then maybe, a few years later, the other brother's like, you know what, I've been so inspired by seeing you do that. I want to do it as well. And so that can come through, observation and seeing someone make changes in their life and being inspired by that. But there's also the subconscious energetic element to this that it sometimes goes unspoken, sometimes it goes unseen, and it's just a vibrational change that when you raise your vibration, if you've ever read the book by Dr. David Hawkins, Power versus Force, you know the power of consciousness. And when we raise our consciousness, there's a logarithmic effect in our energetic power. When we go from 200 to 300 in the consciousness scale, which 200 is neutral, where you're not negative, you're not really that positive, you're just kind of in neutral, and you go up to 300, and then you get up to 400 or 500, which is up with the frequencies of love, where that's just your state of being, that's your automatic default setting. The step every 100 points is a logarithmic of 10x multiplier. So every stage you go up 300, that is like going up 30 logarithmic exponent, there we go, is the word I'm looking for, exponential to the 30th power. It's been a while since I've been in math class. And so that is a very big thing that then has a powerful effect on the people around us, and it's almost like it increases the gravitational forces to want to create and pull people into the magnetism that you've created, where you're empowered and you're maybe financially independent and those types of things. So we live in a world right now where there's a lot of forces that are trying to take us the other way, take us to disempowerment, take us to where we are dependent on the powers that be. And I'm seeing it firsthand down here in the Dominican Republic right now. I was blown away at the bus drive from the airport about 3 hours out to the northeast side of the Dominican here, where I'm at the Zaria Hotel. And there's a ton of poverty here. I mean, it is third world. It is unbelievable. And, living in America, we don't realize how good we've got it, obviously, until you come and see something like this. But there are forces that be that want to continue to keep people suppressed. And when we, the people, rise up, there's an inevitable thing coming where the more people rise up, the more the consciousness expands, the more empowered we become. We have a ripple effect in a positive way on the people around us. And the cool thing that David Hawkins talks about in his book, Power versus Force, is that it takes less and less numbers of people. The group can be smaller of people that have really tapped in and become empowered to overpower energetically a group of people that have a very low vibration, but that are wanting to do things for the negative. So there might be 1 million people trying to drag everything down, but it might only take 1,000 people that are really dialed in and living an empowered life to overpower the actual energetic pull of the million that are very negative, that are trying to disempower things. So that is why it's so important to up-level our life, to become a better person, do the inner work, figure out the things that are holding you back energetically, and then be working on developing yourself to the point where you're implementing strategies in your life that are going to expand you financially, put your money to work, free up your time freedom, free up your energy and your focus so it's not constantly being focused on trading time for money. And finding your purpose is so key in all this as well, right? Like the time I've been down here, I've been working fully on my purpose. I've been working on marketing. I've been working on myself. It's been a powerful week down here doing the mastermind with the Life 180 team. A bunch of us agents are down here. And, it's been powerful. I've been in my purpose work for, this is the 6th full day that I've been doing this. We've actually been down here for 7 days now. And it's just been amazing, the increase of doing that when you're aligned with your purpose. You love doing it. So there's obviously a balance of when you're aligned and you want to do the work, but then you have the ability to unplug. You have the ability to go do other things when you have the financial freedom and independence to be able to do that. And so working towards that mean. Now, wherever you're at in that spectrum, maybe you're a long way away, maybe you're, a few steps away, wherever you're at, either way, continue to keep going, because it's a very vital spiritual process that when you're becoming empowered financially, with your health, with your connection to God, with your relationships, all that energy of empowerment has a spillover effect on other people where they're encouraged to start bettering themselves because of the changes you're making. So I encourage you to keep going, keep doing the right things long enough consistently, as a mentor always told us, and you're going to be help making the positive changes that we need to on this planet for the betterment of all. So if you found value in this and it stimulated some new thoughts and give you some new ideas and new perspectives on things, I encourage you to subscribe to this YouTube channel, because I share a lot of this kind of content on here. It's not all about money. There's a lot of things that tie into money, our purpose, how we show up with our spouses, with our kids, with the people that we serve, our health, our mental health, our physical health. We share a lot of that stuff on this channel because having abundance, having wealth is not focused solely on money. It's about all areas of our life being in an ever-growing pattern where we're just becoming more and more empowered. And so I love sharing this content on here. And if you find value in it, please make sure you're subscribed so you get alerted the next time that we produce videos. And as always, if you want to share some comments, I'd love to hear your comments about all this, see how this is showing up in your life. What have you noticed in your life that when you take ownership and responsibility for the things in your life, and you start bettering yourself, how have you seen the people in your life affected? How have you seen people rising up? I know for me, I've seen, family members that start raising the bar in their life and start talking a lingo that I talked about years ago. And that spillover effect is so fun to watch. And so I'd love to hear some stories about that. And if you feel like somebody needs to hear this message, share this video, share it on Facebook, share it on the social media platforms, get the word out there, help spread the awareness and the perspective that I'm sharing here about this, and why it's so important for everybody to become engaged in their own development and getting themselves to where they want to go. So I'm going to continue to enjoy my time down here. You guys have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk to you soon.